We often hear about and cover the struggles that many Americans face when they try to land a good job. If you have a disability, the challenge of getting hired or even getting a response to an inquiry is significantly harder.
When they're kids, they can tap into a lot of resources, educational and otherwise. Things often get harder as they transition into adulthood. Parental caregivers get older, safe housing can be hard to come by, and then there's employment.
How can we build a future where children with disabilities don't have to be told that they have no future just because of their disability?
People living with a disability, finding a job can be really
Unemployment
tough.
rates continue to improve, but for people with disabilities, many say they aren't improving fast enough.
There are about 6.5 million
Now,
people
with
in
the
the United
struggles
States
of
living
disabled
with
Americans
intellectual
trying to enter the
disabilities.
workforce.
How can society stop failing people with disabilities?
All right, what does the No Limits Cafe mean to you?
So No Limits Cafe means to me a place where people with intellectual and developmental disabilities can be employed. And it gives them a sense of purpose, a sense of dignity, because they're productive members of the society. It shows others what people with intellectual and developmental disabilities are capable of, which is everything that you and I are capable of. Sometimes, though, they might need more time and help to get to that space.
My name is Mark Cartier. My wife Steph and I are the founders of No Limits Cafe. The cafe was something that we had thought about for a number of years. Our daughter Katie has Down syndrome. When Katie was about 16, 17 years old, we started thinking about what can she do to work. Adults with intellectual disabilities face an 80% unemployment rate. They're in the schools from the age 3 to age 21. At age 21, they age out. And in terms of employment, the options are extremely limited and extremely rare. The consistency and routine that they had in their lives for 10, 11 months a year since they were 3 is gone. So Stephanie and I had the idea. We made the decision to not just help Katie, but to try to help change this problem. We came across the idea of a restaurant. Good morning, I'm Mark Cartier.
And I'm Stephanie Cartier, and we are the founders of a new lunch cafe that will be opening in Middletown, New Jersey called No Limits Cafe.
And we thought, well, why not give it a try? Now, neither one of us had any experience working in a restaurant. In fact, my only real experience, and my wife will tell you, is that I'm pretty good at eating. That's about the strength that I had going into the restaurant business. But we decided that we could do this, and we enlisted the help of people who knew a lot more than we did. We came up with the ideas of some of the things that we wanted to do. We spent between the years of 2018 and 2019 crafting the plan for No Limits Cafe, renovating the building, hiring a chef, working with others in the restaurant industry who could help us and guide us. And we were able to launch successfully in March of 2020, kind of sidetracked by COVID, but here we are.
This is how the day starts for employees at No Limits Cafe. They call it the pump-up session.
On a typical day, you will find 10 employees who are neurodiverse, who have an intellectual or developmental disability working here. They do all the jobs that anyone would do in a typical restaurant. We have people that bus the tables, serve, greet you when you walk in the door, dishwashing and prep, and the line where the food is finally prepared for presentation to customers. We prepare all of our food whenever possible from scratch. That means the chilies, the soups, the sauces, the dressing, everything is made from scratch. Everything that can be made from scratch is made from scratch. There is a list of items that have to be done, checked off. All the bathrooms are checked, all the floors are clean, tables are perfectly sanitized and ready to go. Middle of the house, back of the house, dishwashing, prep. Everybody has tasks in order for us to be able to be open for service.
My name is Matthew Weigert. I usually come in at 9, and then we set up, we heat up the soups, and then we cook and roast the vegetables like the butternut squash and carrots. I've been working at No Limits for almost 3 years from now. I've been making sandwiches and salads. Sometimes I think it's one of the places where I can just be myself, the best me I know how to be.
We have had great success watching the employees mature and develop and become greater advocates for themselves and really have their personalities evolve.
Hi, my name is Angela Rosello, so my friends call me Angie. I take the position of a waitress here. Honestly, working here as a waitress has pretty much been a social boost for me. Before I ever worked here, I had a lot of trouble socializing with other people, and this establishment has really helped me through that. I made a lot of friends here, and frankly, I made a lot of general customers for my tables. Everybody's always so happy, everyone's always smiling, and we just like to keep everyone satisfied and served.
The restaurant is succeeding. We've also been really impressed with and pleased with the response that we've got from the community.
This is our first time here. It looks delicious.
People that wait staff here, they're very happy to be here, and they're very helpful to you and very, very kind.
Oh, there we go. And not to mention the fact the food's always fabulous. I've never had bad food here.
We're excited not only to come have a good meal, but help out the community.
These kids are working. I think that many people need to see that.
Like there really are no limits.
We want people to have a great experience when they come in here, and the community has been so supportive, which is just a testament to the work that the men and women here do on an everyday basis. End of day comes and there's a set of end of day procedures that have to be followed. Something I learned in the restaurant is if you don't do it today, you're going to wake up tomorrow behind the 8 ball. So before every employee leaves here in the afternoon, all of their tasks have to be done. Dishwashing is perfectly clean, that the prep areas are clean and sanitized, that all of the stations are completely clean and sanitized and ready to go the next morning. So the next staff comes in the next day, they're ready to go and ready to roll. What I will say, just really a compliment to our employees, they arrive every day dedicated. They arrive every day ready to work, and they do an amazing job. And this is really about the employees. It's about their growth. Being as we started this and we had no restaurant experience, we had a lot of different expectations, some very high, some very low. But where it has really exceeded our expectations is the growth of the employees. And we now have a training program where we are placing people in businesses in the area. That has exceeded what we had hoped for, because seeing people prosper and develop is something that keeps us going.